Hey guys, here's the thing. I'm just watching Books and Lala. It's called This Video Is Messy and Weird. And she's talking about how she feels this massive guilt about not liking a book, especially when she's got an audience and, you know, she gets books sent to her for free with the deal that she responds with a review, right? But she doesn't like a book and she feels so guilty about it. What does she do? There's this whole dilemma, there's this pressure you put on yourself, and I just suppose it got me thinking, and I've decided right from the get-go of this bookish journey, especially on YouTube, I'm just going to be honest. I've often debated about sharing my bad reading experiences with the whole, oh, is it nice of me? But I think it's unrealistic of me to portray that I love every single book that I read. Hi guys, and welcome back to my little book nook. This is my first proper reading vlog. So, first of all, I am approximately 1/3 of the way through an ebook arc. It is called Given, and it's about this girl who's a princess from her culture, from her land, and she travels to try and find this magic to heal her father. It is originally a Wattpad book, so I'm finding the writing style quite different, and I'm not quite sure yet if this is a good different or bad different for me. The other books I have on my TBR for this week are Tower of Dawn. You would have seen this in my last library haul. I'll pop it in the card. So this side, that side. Pop it in a library card. And Eliza and Her Monsters. These are the two I'd really like to get through, as well as Given. But this weekend is one of my good mates' like birthday weekends, and we're going camping. So it's going to be a reading vlog, but also I'm going to take you along my week realistically. Also, I really feel the need to tell you, well, show you this like sunburn ring. I really want to go read outside, but this is stopping me. Look how nice it looks outside. Look how nice. And I'm here with like a ring. Where? Okay. Outfit change because about to go to Granddad's like birthday dinner, cake eating ceremony, and I smell like cows. But why am I so out of breath all the time? But I'm gonna try sneaking a few pages of this. Is it rude to bring a book to your granddad's cake eating ceremony? Yeah. Okay. Alright, just off to the library to pick up a book that I have on hold to do with the buzzwordathon, which I probably did about, it's probably reading it right now. That guy just looked at me so silly. Mission success. I mean, because real talk, the thing is, babe, I don't like, you know, the ones down the middle. I think it splits the shelf up. You know, like for aesthetic purposes. I'm leaning towards the taller one. This is how she's fitting. Alright. Guys, carrying that bookshelf, I broke a nail. Oh, it's a bad one. 4:20, and I've just come back from work. So update on yesterday. I did buy that tall bookshelf, but I got it in like the fake woody colour, and we finished building it at like what time do you reckon?
10.
Like 10 p.m, 10:30 even. It was quite late. I got quite tired and stroppy, to be honest, but ta-da! Okay, guys, I literally finished reading this page and put the book down because I felt like I had to update you guys. I'm on page 233 and I am feeling very close to crying, and I don't actually cry when I read, so this is quite intense. And by the way, this is totally going to be a spoiler. 3, 2, 1. You know when Wallace sends the email to Eliza talking about how his father died? Like, it was predictable. I knew that he had died, you know, going around that turn. Hence why he was always going so slow around it himself. But like, his dad intended to do it. And that's just made me so freaking, like, it's just hit me so hard. He's talking about how his biological dad used to tell him to focus on something he loved, and recently this is a battle I've been having, like trying to figure out whether I'm doing it because I want to do whatever it is, or doing it because I want to satisfy other people's images of me. And I feel like that's something a lot of us do these days with the rise of social media and the increase of comparison that comes with the rise of the internet world. And it's just got me thinking a lot, and it's like, I don't know if I would call this dark yet, but it's one of these things that's just hit home a lot. Feeling feelings right now. Excuse me. I ate a bag of sour lollies. Guys, they know who Lady Constellation is. Oh, she... Is this where it gets dark? Oh, shit. Hello guys, exciting news. Don't know if it is exciting. I'm sick, so I got the day off from work. It is 12:28 p.m. I've spent this morning editing this video that's a bit meta, as well as the video that went up last week, but I also have organised my bookshelf. Have a peek. Alright, sorry if it's a bit dark. That's the light and this is the bookshelf, but we will work with what we've got. Top shelf, bottom shelf, we have poetry and just black and white books, succulent, candle, crystals, book stamp, pens, mirror, tarot, blue and green books, a screwdriver, cell, going down, red and yellow books, Naruto, some Dragon Ball, my little llama, the Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Narnia, Lord of the Rings, and some records and stuff. Am I like a proper booktuber now? I have like a bookshelf behind me. Anyway, I come to you because last night I finished Eliza and Her Monsters. I thought that, well, first of all, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I really liked the way that Zapier spoke from Eliza's perspective because I thought it was quite realistic and sorry about my throat. I thought it was quite realistic, and I thought that it was an accurate portrayal of how an 18-year-old might be feeling in her situation. I also really liked how the relationship was developed. It wasn't like too quick. It was a little bit too quick, but not too quick, so can't get too picky about it. I knocked off half a star because of the predictability. There's a story, there's an author within the story who is compared as a parallel to Eliza quite early on, and I thought that that parallel ruined the outcome of the book because it made it more predictable. I also want to touch on the fact that people have compared this to Fangirl, and I can understand the comparison because it's a story within a story. However, I think Fangirl is a lot more light and it doesn't touch on deep concepts. If anything, I would say Eliza and Her Monsters is almost like a Turtles All the Way Down mashed up with Illuminae files because of the pictures, and then you've got the fangirl aspect of having fangirls and fanboys, so just a little side thought there. Right, I am on page 108. I would say I'm about a third of the way through. Current thoughts. I really like the plot and and I really like Sadie's point of view. The podcasters, like, little inserts, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan. I think I'd be more interested to see it just from West's own perspective as he was chasing leads. One thing that is stopping me right now from saying I love it so much is I'm finding the pace a little bit slow. Or is it a little bit too fast? I don't know, something about the pacing is just a little bit off for me at the moment. But overall, I really do like how badass Sadie is. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me and hopefully I'm in focus. I thought I would talk to you about Sadie. I finished it and I'm a little bit stuck on what rating to give it. I did obviously read it straight through, so I definitely liked it enough. I just don't, something is stopping me from giving it 5 stars. I think maybe it's just simply because it's a thriller and maybe I just don't like thrillers as much as I like other books. I think what's holding me back from giving it 5 stars honestly is seeing the like podcast person's side of things. It just didn't seem to flow as nicely as I personally would have liked to see the story flow. I thought that it was an important perspective to have because obviously it helped string together the story, but maybe if it just wasn't written how it was written, but maybe that's me just being a bit of a overbearing traditionalist. But I mean, hey, we're entitled to our own opinions, right? It's only a book at the end of the day. So I was getting my nails done and Titus went away and he came back and gave me this present. The doll! I'm so excited. Alrighty. So, next book I've started to read is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. For some bizarre reason, I totally thought it was like fictional and he was writing about like the Norse gods from a fictional perspective, but hey, it's not. It's really about a retelling of the legends surrounding Thor and Odin and all of those cool figures of the past. I am liking it. I'm about 100 pages in. I do really enjoy the way Gaiman has his writing style in this book. It's a topic that could potentially be very overbearing, but I think he's done a good job to not necessarily dumb it down, but just to make it more understandable. Apart from that, I do have another sick day, but you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm feeling so much better, but I did call it, well, I texted my boss to see if I could work at home just to make sure I properly shook it, and she said just to take another sick day, so I said, sure. But the thing is, I do have to get some work done today before I can carry on, so that is the plan. So I was just spending like half an hour doing emails for work and my boss emailed me back telling me off for doing work emails on a sick day. So I mean, hey, if that's not an excuse to start reading, I don't know what is. Hi guys, it is Sunday now. Sorry, I have been like the worst vlogger this weekend. Essentially Friday night we went out to dinner with, like, we being me, Titus and some of our friends to celebrate Luke's birthday, which is another one of my very close friends. We went camping, I think I mentioned that, and I didn't get any footage because I'm still new to this, I suppose. But anyway, what I did get out and set now. After dinner we went to the Waikawa Reserve. We pitched up our tent. It was dark by the time we finished. had some good old chats and laughter till essentially the mozzies came out and ate us alive. The next morning we woke up. And then we went for a little adventure down by the river. This is where things started to get a little bit too wet, and although the adventure was beautiful, we got completely drenched. So we packed up our tents and went back to my place where it was a lot drier, quite a bit warmer, but we still had a ton of fun. We spent hours playing board games, and long story short, we started roasting marshmallows.
One of those for me.
Of course there's one for you. I share my marshmallows. And then this morning, Mum made us waffles and I came back to the other home. So a weekly wrap up. I read Eliza and Her Monsters, which I gave 4.5 stars. I finished Sadie, which I've decided to give 4 stars. I've dropped a star because the plot was just too jarring for me, going between the podcast perspective and Sadie's perspective. And I am approximately halfway on Norse mythology. Really surprised how much I'm enjoying this book. I think what's most enjoyable is just how quickly I can just like read little snippets. So this is my pile of books that I have almost completely finished. Thank you for watching this little corner of BookTube. If you have the time, the energy and the desire, please consider leaving a little cheeky like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more life and book related stuff. Happy reading!